Greetings, fellow thinkers and drinkers, and some almost breaking news from the world of Black Sabbath. However, on this occasion, we're going to have to refer to them under their enforced nom de guerre of Heaven and Hell, which takes us back almost 20 years now. That Heaven and Hell project, I think, 2007, I think it started. 2006, 2007? Well, okay. The purpose of all that is to comment on the recent announcement of the entire Heaven and Hell canon, 3 albums effectively, and 2 DVDs, is being scheduled for re-release on the 27th of March this year. Priced at the 4 CD version at 88 euros effectively, and the 7 LP version at 184 euros effectively. Oh, am I glad not to be a vinyl collector. Now, both these sets obviously do include a Blu-ray, which comprises the 2 DVDs that this the band released, the live at the Radio City Music Hall and the live at Wacken, or Wachen, I suppose, if we're going to pronounce it properly. Now, okay, more of which later. Now, as far as I can tell, there is absolutely nothing new here whatsoever, apart from the DVDs being upgraded to Blu-ray, which I suppose does constitute an improvement in quality. At least I believe it does. Also, if you are a vinyl collector, I do believe this is the first time that the live or the audio portion of the Radio City Music Hall DVD has been released on vinyl. But there's not a remix, not a remaster, so this is effectively, if you already have this, you already have this, just to be clear. Now, as far as the DVDs are concerned, oh no, in terms of extras, I believe both sets do contain a folded poster. We all know how much I love those. As well as a replica tour program, though from which tour I am not 100% sure. If it is the initial tour they did, or it is the from the Devil You Know tour, I am not sure. And the DVDs, or sorry, the Blu-ray, do include the various documentaries that were included on the original DVD releases. And I believe, and I may be wrong on this, that a brand new documentary is also included. And if you're like me, you just can't stop watching those, can you? Well, since I do not possess the wherewithal to play the Blu-ray, it's kind of irrelevant to me. And also, I am not a vinyl collector, so I'm effectively, in my case, it leaves me staring at the DVD, the 4 CD box set. And okay, once you get rid of the Blu-ray aspect of it, well, since I already own all this stuff already, and again, nothing's been remastered, even let alone remixed. Probably nothing was really calling for that, then there isn't, as far as I can see, really too much on offer here. Now, in fairness, the album they released and recorded, The Devil You Know, has been expanded to include the 3 songs that the band originally wrote for the Dio Years compilation a couple of years prior to The Devil You Know being released. That is The Devil Cried, Ear in the Wall, and Shadow of the Wind, I think, the other one. So they've been appended to the end of The Devil You Know. Well, still, again, I'm not really sure who this is aimed at. I suppose the dedicated fan already has this, and unless you genuinely count having the visual portions of this upgraded to Blu-ray as being worth worth the money, I don't. It's starting to sound a little bit like a cash grab. For as far as I'm aware, none of these in their original incarnations have been deleted. I think they are all still available. If I'm wrong on that, then I am. No. I'm not going to comment on the quality of the content. We all know that. The two live performances, either visually or in audio form, are both excellent. Never been that impressed with The Devil You Know. There are, to my mind, 3 good songs on it, and a very good song, excellent songs on it. The rest, I think, is a bit ho-hum, a little bit uninspired, but that's just a personal opinion. But again, if you don't have any of these, then I suppose, the CD box set is a reasonable purchase, €70, considering all you get. Otherwise, I don't really see the point of it. Again, unless I am wrong and some of these things have been deleted, but I don't believe they have. Anyway, it is another opportunity for reducing the bank balance. Why there isn't anything else included in this, I don't know. Now, it is obviously released under the moniker of Heaven and Hell, and that was at the insistence of Mrs. Osborne at the Sabbath camp to differentiate it from Black Sabbath featuring Osborne. So because it's Heaven and Hell, one may assume that it's free from the restriction of, no new material, under the name Black Sabbath, not featuring Osborne, blah, 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 being allowed to be released. That, again, that's just an assumption. I may be incorrect there. I don't know. But one would have thought they had some, they could have put something on there just to, make it interesting. There must be a song that didn't make the album, or they were actually, I believe, prior to Dio's passing, they were attempting a follow-up. One would have thought there might have been something. Or even perhaps a live version of Ear on the Wall, which was excised from the original Radio City Music Hall performance. They must have one of those lying around. Again, one would have thought. Well, there it is. It's out towards the end of March, 27th of March, I think. Again, if like me, you bought these things upon their release, then I don't think there's any advantage to you at all, unless you really do think that the upgrade from DVD to Blu-ray justifies the purchase price. Is it a cash grab? Well, I don't know. I mean, it's whether it feels like a sort of a welcome curiosity or a polite cash grab will no doubt depend on your mood when the cash register rings, will it not? Well, there you have it. It is out. I already have all this stuff, so it's of no interest to me whatsoever. But I somehow can't shake the feeling though. Not so much the cash grab aspect of it, but the fact that there's just nothing new on this whatsoever. Who knows why? Well, there you have it. Okay. And as usual, I thank you very much for your indulgence. I wish you well. And until next time, Mashonkia.